which group deal with the characters? This is group 4, right? You are talking about Alexander Pelayo and the villagers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, could you go ahead?
We think that Alexander and Pelayo and both the villagers are people living in this village, but they still make some. The two characters and the villagers we can make compare through their actions.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander and Pelayo, although they are curious and shocked when they first saw the angel, but they have the good heart and they made the angel stay at their chicken coop. But the villagers just felt curious to the angel and maybe take tests of whether the old man is really an angel or something, and just do some tests, make the angel eat the mouse ball or throw stone to the angel. And I think Alexander and Pelayo is some kind of, they have good heart, and although they may have the protocol that they send to the villagers, but they can at the end of the story, Alexander still hope that the angel could get free of all the protocols of the villagers, and also maybe Alexander and Pelayo may have. So I think the villagers shows that our common beliefs of angels, but Alexander and Pelayo could have a much positive thinking about the angel and be more friendly to the angel.
Okay. Do we have any groups who disagree with their interpretation of the couple? Does any group want to choose to disagree? No? So you all agree? Yeah? Susan?
I didn't think them as good, kind-hearted, and nice by letting the angels stay in their chicken coop. I actually thought they were really selfish, and because we all agreed in our group, we agreed on the angel being maybe a symbol of prosperity that brought wealth into their family. So I think the angel didn't get the treatment that he deserved. They should have let him into the house.
I think these are two possible interpretations. Indeed, if we want to compare Alexander and Pelayo on the one side and the other villagers, we can say that they're taking him in and letting him live in a chicken coop is a sign of kindness by comparison. But then, they also earn money through him. And later on, when they have money, they don't clean the chicken coop for the angel. So I think their kindness is a kindness, but it's a kind of limited kindness. Yeah. Okay. And how about the other villagers? Do you have anything else to say, or from the whole group? Anything else?
That's all.
That's all. Okay. Father Gonzaga and the old man. This is group 6, right? Yeah.
I want to say the Father Gonzaga first. At first, before Father Gonzaga haven't arrived, people think that the old man is amazing things. They think the old man can change something for the world. Maybe he can be the mayor of the city, or he can be the five-star general. But the Father Gonzaga come and he judged the old man, and he talked to him in Latin. And he think the old man couldn't speak Latin, so he couldn't be an angel. And he think he just is the old man, and without any sympathy for him. And I think the character of the Father Gonzaga is very stubborn. He only think something about Bible or something like
Yeah, he is quite limited in his definition of angel. You know, he believes that Latin is the God's language. So angels must be able to speak in Latin. Yeah, but actually Latin is also human language. Yeah, okay. Anything else about Father Gonzaga? How about his attempts to get the church to help?
Yeah, he sent the letter to Roma, but Roma didn't reply and show no urgency for that.
No, but they did send some letters. Just now, one of the groups showed the passage where the letters came to check on like whether he has a navel, or whether he speaks in a certain language, or whether he is just Norwegian. Maybe for them, Norwegian is outsiders. Norwegians are foreigners, strangers. So I think that both the church and Father Gonzaga, they have quite mundane views, 很世俗的 mundane views and limited views about angels. Their definitions of angels is nothing spiritual. It's all to do with some physical details, some appearances. Yeah. Okay. How about the old man versus the spider woman?
The old man with the spider woman. I want to say the spider woman. I think it's very incredible paragraph here. I think because of background, the town tries to spider woman. They think woman should be stay in the home. You shouldn't go to dance. You shouldn't do something else. So if you disobey that, you will be punished to be the devil or to be a monster. And here, the woman to be a spider. Yeah, and the old man with the spider woman. I think a lot of people focus on the spider woman because spider woman is more special. They can give some fearful lesson, I think.
Yeah, in other words, the spider woman is more understandable. And she can provide for you fearful lesson or moral lesson. She can provide some moral lesson for them to teach the others. Yeah. So in other words, if we want to compare the two, we can say that the spider woman is more understandable, more accessible than the old man, and that's why she can replace him and to become the center of their attention. Yeah. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's skip the rest of this question. How about the narration? Oh, I do want to respond to this comment. I think that indeed it's strange that they would choose to care at the moment when the angel seemed to be dying. I guess it may have to do with first, the limitation of the villagers, that they don't care about the angel that much when he is alive, but they are afraid of being cursed, to have a dead angel. They are afraid that some curse may be brought on them, because angels should be immortal, and then having a dead angel in their neighborhood may suggest that they have done something wrong, and that's when they start to be concerned. Yeah. Okay. The narrations, which group? Group 2. Okay. So who wants to respond?
We separated our points into 3 examples. First, we compare the what we used to think that the angel should be cute, holic, and naughty, and absolutely pure and clean. However, the author described the old man in an absolutely different way. For example, there are disgusting worms on his wings, And when the man found him, he was lying with his face down in the mud. And second, the woman gave mothballs as food to the old man because she thought that angels eat mothballs. However, nothing but eggplant smudge did the angel eat. And third, in the paragraph of this story, the author described that the worms which on the angel's body is a kind of stellar. And we used to think...
kind of what?
Stellar.
The worms are what? Stellar?
The shiny things on his wings.
Oh, there are shiny things on his
But
wings.
actually, it were the worms.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, and there's a scene that the author described that chickens ate worms, which were on the angel's wings. And so our group thinks that the author tried to use an ironic way to describe the whole story, and this is what we found interesting on the language.
And the author didn't say in a clear or subjective way of the characters in the story. However, due to his words in the article, it leads us to think about the author wants us to think about. So it's kind of judgmental, but he didn't point out clearly. And for example, the villagers were very mean and cruel to him, and we felt furious when we saw the scene. And our mood reflected from the story when we saw the scene that the angel was treated like a circus animal, and we felt pathetic. However, the angel stayed motionless, and he didn't react anything. And he's patient and endurant, like a saint. And this is kind of like he's really an angel. Yeah, and the villagers threw fruit peels and the leftover to him, but he didn't care.
Okay, so in other words, you think that throughout the narration, the narrator does side with the angel and make us more sympathetic with the angel. And the narrator shows some improper things done to by the villagers. But then on the other hand, it's interesting that the two points you made, the other one shows how a supernatural being is connected to something really dirty and trivial, like worms, bugs, etc. You know, so I think this is where maybe we can have more interpretations and say that maybe this angel is not an angel. Maybe he's just an old man. Maybe he's just an old beggar. You know, who knows? Yeah, okay. Okay, I know you have 3 points, right? You have another point? No? Okay, good, because I need to move forward. The theme, the first about the title, which group? Group 1, okay.
I think the significance of the title is to provide readers with an image of the older man. And it doesn't want to limit readers' imagination. It wants us to get to have some expectations. And so,
what expectation?
Yes, and you use enormous wings and want us to image a lot. And so to not an angel or something that is not human beings.
Okay. So you mean that the enormous wings suggest something supernatural or even something powerful. How about the first part? A very old man. I think that this is another feature of this story, and that is it put a lot of incongruous elements, 不协调的元素放在一起。比如说那个蛆、虫子和 angel， 好，或者是老人和天使的翅膀。These contradictory elements are put together to create more meanings. How about the second part, a tale for children?
Hi.
Hi.
I think that the author want to warn the children that don't be like adults that just want to benefit from others. Yeah. So I think that is the meaning that this subtitle is. tale for children.
So you think that all the villagers are children, actually?
No, I mean, it's a story for children to read because there's a lot of things that you can learn when you're still a child that you need to know. It is really important and critical.
Okay. So in other words, you think that there is a lesson implied in the story,
Yeah,
but
sure.
the adults in the story won't be able to learn the lesson.
It also can, but I mean, especially for children, that.
How about the child of the couple?
I don't know.
This child is not a sympathetic one, so probably he is not one of the readers. No, not one of the children group here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The next group 5. Okay. About the supernatural elements.
We think that the reality and the supernatural in this story is combined, since the angel also have the human body, and then the human, the spider girl, she also had the human history, so it's all mixed together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality part, the significant reality part is the villagers,
Their livelihood.
Yeah. Their respond to this, I don't know, this sensation they make. Yeah.
Okay, even in the poorest place, there can be the visits of the supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, let's move forward to the last part about magic realism. Which group? This is group 5. Okay.
Okay, so magic realism, for the definition, is like a literary style that combines realistic everyday details with elements of fantasy, and blurring the reader's usual distinction between reality and magic. And that the question that we answer is the element of magical realism in the text. And we think that the fact surrounded the two main person, which is the old man with wings and the spider woman. And for the old man with wings, that the possibility of magic is that he might be an angel, but that our group has a discussion about that, said that in the beginning he seems to cure the child, but in the text it didn't really say that. So we have another opinion that he is the one who wants to take the child away. So he might be a pilgrim too.
Might be a what?
A pilgrim.
Okay, to take the child away would be
King for the child.
But that would mean to the angel of death, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a pilgrim, but angel of death.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, and another feature of the old man, is that he gets sick and ages like human beings. So that's not the feature of immortal. And also he has a sailor accent, and so that's why people are wondering that he might be a survivor from a shipwreck. And he speaks strange languages too, and the priests think that it might be the language of God, which is angel feature. So, and then other angel feature is that he has the ability to fly. So that is kind of angel and human all mixed together. And for the spider woman, that she is partly human and partly spider. And
Yeah, could we skip this part?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I know you have a lot to say, but I don't want to keep you longer than 12 o'clock. Yeah, it's already 12. Very good. I think the group, I believe that the group has a lot more to say about the spider woman, but let's just try to imagine that part. Okay, but the group has said a lot about the different possible interpretation of the old man, that he could be an old man, or an angel, or an alien with an alien language, or he could be a sailor, etc. And ultimately, I think the story asks us the question of how we deal with the unknown. You know, a person who is not knowable, who happens to be in our society, but not easy to understand. And then I think that's a larger question you can think about. For instance, if in your dormitory, you know, all of a sudden there is such an old man wanting to find a place, you know, how would you help him? You know, I think that's a question you can think about.